1, 2, 1, 2. Right, so PlayStation 2, very nice condition. Now the problem with this, a bit of a strange one, when you switch it on, if I switch it on from cold and I eject the button, the disc tray shoots out really quick and the motor still carries on running. So see if I can watch it work properly this time. There, and you can hear the motor, and I have to press the reset button. The tray goes back in, and now if I just eject, it works fine. When I tried it earlier, the game did work. So as long as I leave power into it, the disc tray works as it should. Is it going to read that disc? It's not reading the disc at the moment. It does read this disc. Do I have to have a controller then? So at the moment, it's not reading a disc. Right. So there's a problem somewhere. So that's what I'm going to try and work on today. I'm going to use Andrew Paul's video, PS2 Fat Disassembly Guide. So I'm going to go and watch that now with a cup of coffee. And we'll get this open and we'll see if we can find out what the problem is. Just before I open this up, I found Simpsons Hit and Run. The disc trace came out okay that time from a cold power up. I'm just wondering if this disc's going to work. There you go, it has worked. But because the battery's dead on this, it's gone into the system settings. I'll cut this bit out. There we go. Winter time. I'm on winter time. I think I'm still in summertime. System configuration, because I'm in black and white. I think I need to be on RGB. There we go. There's the colour. Reading disk, no data. It does work. I'm assuming it's a dirty laser. I can't hear the disk spinning up. I'm presuming it doesn't recognise there's a disc in there if it's not spinning up. But I played on it about a week ago. So I'm assuming it's just dirty. Now I've gone back to black and white. Needs a new battery in there. Right. We'll get rid of that. Now, I've already got some missing feet. The sticker's still on, so I'm assuming it's okay. Nobody's been in. There's already a great video by Andrew on this. No point me recording the whole lot. So the goal of this video is to put a new battery in, improve the reading of the disc, and find out why the disc tray is ejecting itself so quickly. I think I've left the disc in, which is annoying. Oh, hang on, I'm doing this wrong. I have watched the video. The PlayStation 2 has an internal power supply, so it's just been powered up, so there's power in the capacitors here, so you've got to be careful. There's a ribbon cable in there somewhere. Right, let's check that video out. Go back to Andrew Paul's video and see what's next. Right, power jack assembly. Some kind of cable attached to it. What's next? I need a bigger screwdriver. Power supply is just lifted up off some pins. There's a white connector on the side here. There we go. Pull that off. Power supply looks good. No burn marks. Nice big capacitor to give you a shock if you touch it. Last screw. So I've got to remember these two are different. Now I was hoping to see a CR2032 battery because I was hoping it was just a battery in a little circuit board. It's not lifting out. It's not coming up. It's not coming up, Andrew. What's next? Right. There's a little clip here. Clip there. There's a couple of clips on the back here. Right, we're getting somewhere. One DVD drive. There's a lot of fluff in here. And I think the last thing is this top tray, which is held together with thermal paste. Bloody battery. Where's the battery? I'm glad it's just a battery by itself, because some of them they're in a little, you got a little connector with them. So it's good that I can just swap that battery out, pop a new one in. It's an original, it's got a PlayStation logo on the battery, look. So let's focus our attention on this. If I cannot see anything wrong with it, I think I'm just going to have to give it a good clean out and wonder if it's a sensor problem. There's there's a few screws here. I will take that off. Oh, that was easy enough. Obviously I didn't have to worry about leaving the disc in. Straight out. There's a circuit board here. Not sure how to get to it at the moment. Take these two out. See if we can get further in. And that just slides off. There must be a sensor to tell it when the drawer is open. But it's also shooting out very quickly. Is it shooting out very quickly because too much voltage is being applied to the motor? I would think, is that right? I would think so. More voltage to the motor, more speed. But why does it only happen occasionally? I would have thought if there was a problem with the chip, it would happen all the time. See that component? It is a tiny little switch. If that's just the drive, the controller for the drive must be on this main board. It was the B666 something. I suspect it would be over next to the cables, which are the ribbon cables are over here. It's going to be under there, I think. There it is. So this is a little section of the board that controls the drive. So I think I'll have a look and see if I can find out what these pins are and see if there's any shorts. But again, it does work. It's intermittently. Right, well, I've got a pin out of the BA6664FM chip, which is the controller for the CD drive. I've got 1, 2, 3 output pins, but I don't know what they're outputting to. This motor, I think it's this motor, which pulls the tray in and out. So it's this section under here that I need to be looking at, which is on this cable. So it is this one, and that's this one in the bottom corner. Beep, no beep, no beep, beep. Now these have continuity. And this dark one over in this bottom corner has continuity also. There are no shorts on any of these pins. No shorts, no shorts. So I can't see anything wrong with this chip. Now it might need to be replaced. What have I got? Power supply. It's getting power, but too much. Motor power supply on 27. Motor power supply pin 27. That's this one. 2R2. Now they're all connected, so if one of these had failed, on diode mode, they go straight through. On diode mode, that just goes 0 straight through. No voltage drop. I'm wondering if one of these is shorted all the way through. I have two pins together that just go straight through. I'm going to take these off and I'm going to measure them. Let's see what we get. Measure them out of circuit. Now there's a chance I'm completely wrong about this. Okay, so with one removed, I still got 2.8, and I've lost the resistor off the. Where's it gone? You're joking. It's disappeared, and I didn't have the camera on to record it. I popped it here. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Unbelievable. It's blooming tiny. I'm hoping it's landed on the board. Right, pause. I'm just looking at this disc tray and the slider, which slides out like this. Now the cog here matches up with the toothed rail here, and there's a little peg on that white. Now that moves the tray disc assembly up and down, and that little cog there goes in this aisle, and then when I think the tray goes all the way in, it moves along to here, which lifts this, the actual reader, the laser assembly. But there's a piece missing. This is smashed. I don't know if that's the cause of the problem, or whether or not the problem has caused it, but it's certainly broken. And I'm just wondering if it's popped out of place, because sometimes it doesn't read the disc. And I'm just wondering if sometimes it manages to come out of here and the disc doesn't read, which is the motor for opening and closing the drawer. So I'm going to try and remove this piece and see if there's anything going on in here. We'll take this little one out. That was it. That's that cover removed, and there's not a lot to see. A switch there. Yes, it does. So we'll give it a clean. Doesn't look like it's something that you can take apart. the lens a bit of a clean. I want to give that switch a clean as well. There's a tiny switch there. Other than that, I cannot see anything wrong with it. I don't think I've fixed anything. That bottom tray has got to sit like so, like that. So when it pulls out, it goes down. When the disc goes in, the mechanism lifts up. So all I've managed to work out is opening this, is that part of it's broken. May or may not be what the problem is with it. So I need a new tray, just the tray. Put that to one side. Now, what have I done with this? I've lost a resistor. Now I found this 2.2 component here off a PC motherboard. I am going to carry on and I'm going to take the other three off and just measure them. I think the problem might be related to these pins, resistance connection pin and motor power supply pin. So I'm wondering if one of these has failed, or perhaps that one's failed. I've lost it, I don't know where it's gone. I'm an idiot. So I've come this far. As long as I don't lose them, I shall be okay. Yeah, 2.3, 2.35, yeah, 2.3. I've got a replacement, 2.33. Okay, right, so I've put the three resistors back on there. I'm going to put this back together. It has a new battery. Put this back together and see what damage I've done. I don't think I've actually managed to fix anything. But we'll see if it just needs a clean. I started putting this back together and I realised I had a screw left over, and it was from the top piece that I haven't put back on. At this point, if I get this back together and it still works the same as what it was before I took it apart, I'll be quite happy. Fixed or not fixed, as long as I haven't made it worse. I've been putting it back together and I haven't put the ribbon cable in for the controllers, so I think I'm gonna have to take that apart, because for some reason, I don't know why it's all the way down there, and I forgot to put the on off in. It's got to go in there. It's all gonna have to come apart. Right, so I haven't put the bottom on, so the power supply's bare at the bottom, so I don't recommend you do this, but I'm rushed for time and I thought I'll give it a quick shot. I'm not sure if I've put this DVD thing back together properly, so we'll switch it on. We'll hit reset. Power on. Got no light. Is it these buttons? See if we can switch it on with the controller. Nope. It'll have to come apart again. Have I really made it worse? I'm getting nothing. I'll have to come back to it. Well, 1, 2. Well, I think I found out why it won't turn on, look. I've managed to misalign the power supply, and I've missed. It's a bit embarrassing. Put that in there first. Easier. And line them up. Let's turn that over. Power on. Have I got a red light? I do. Power's up. Picture on the screen. Open the disk drawer. Nice and slow. Close the disk drawer. I can't. I'm going to give myself a shock if I try to move this. Right. Open disk drawer. Again, nice and slow. The disk is spinning and it's looking for a disk when the disk drawer closes. So we'll try again. Now if this is fixed, I'm not sure what I've done to fix it. I suspect it's just a dirty CD assembly. Where's me? Checked. Now it's just switched itself off. Have I switched it off? CD spins now. Cross your fingers for a game. I think that's a good sign. It's looking good. There we go, check the memory card. Continue without saving. I haven't got a controller set up. So I'll switch that off. I'll open the disk. Let's see if the drawer's going to open. Nice and slow. All I've got to do is put this back together without breaking it anymore. And put it to its paces. Give a controller put in. Make sure that the time's been saved. It's just a shame I don't know what was causing the original fault with the disk drive. So I've got a screw left over and I think it goes underneath here. It does. Just in there. There's the expansion bay cover. Right. Well, we better test it. Switch it on at the wall. Switch the console on. I've got a red light. Now this is it. If this opens up nice and slow, I can go for a fix. Nice and slow. We've got a picture on the screen. Do I have to press the reset to get the... No, the game's loading up. There you go, reading the discs. What was the other disc I had? Underground. Don't have a memory card in. But I will plug it. An aftermarket controller in. And the controller port's working. So we'll eject that. Nice and slow, how it should be. I think the problem with this was perhaps the disc tray has been knocked and it came out of that groove. I don't think the resistors were a problem. I think I've just introduced my own set of problems by losing the resistor. Let's try Need for Speed. What we got? Need for Speed Underground. That's loading up as well. Okay. So we'll reset and we'll set the date and time. 24-hour clock. Screen size full. So we'll switch this off. There we are. If I boot it up, it's no disk. There's the time. Save the time. So that's working fine. So that's it. That's a fix. And all I think it was the disc tray. Perhaps it's been knocked and it's knocked out of alignment. I've just had a thought. I'm just wondering if these play old style. Were these backwards compatible with PlayStation 1 games? Is it backwards? It is backwards compatible. So I've learned something new today. Oh, I can't load a game. I think I'm going to do a demo or something first. Anyways, that's it. Old PlayStation games do work on it. Thanks for watching. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to have a little bit of a play on Need for Speed 2. And enjoy the fruits of my labour. If you like the video, like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.